A good dinner of Shabbos. This week's Parshas, Parshas Yavigash. Parshas Yavigash happens to be one of my favorite Parshas, and the first pasuk sets the tone. Yavigash elav Yehuda. Yehuda approaches Yosef, and he's about to tell him, "I've had enough. Enough of this. Give me back Binyamin." Yehuda put his name on the line. He put his life on the line to protect his brother. So he's about to confront Yosef. And afterwards, of course, we know what happens. He does confront Yosef, and Yosef ends up breaking down and eventually telling his brothers, "Ani Yosef, Achichem, I am Yosef, your brother." So it's a very dramatic parsha. And the first words of the parsha, Vayigash elav Yehuda, like I said, sets the tone. And the Medrash tells us that when it says Vayigash elav Yehuda, when Yehuda approached Yosef, he approached him with three things. Three things in mind. One was Milchama. He was ready to go to war. No problem. He was ready to go to war with Yosef. He was ready to take on the world. Number two is pius, which means he was ready to appease him. He said, Bi Adoni. He was ready to talk nicely. He was ready to talk calmly. He was also ready for war. And the third thing that he approached Yosef with was tefillah, the Medrash says. And tefillah, and that, I think, is a very, very, very powerful lesson. I heard from Ephraim Goldberg that this teaches us a very important lesson. We always have to do our ishtadlus in life, just like Yehuda was doing his ishtadlus by approaching Yosef and ready to go to war. But he also came with tefillah. Before that, he had to daven to Hashem, because Yehuda realized that everything comes from Hashem. You could do as much ishtadlus as you want, and nobody did more ishtadlus than Yehuda. Yehuda was really, he's the most vocal in this entire episode, and he really puts his life on the line. So he's doing the most ishtadlus, but he knows that it's all from Hashem, and he has to approach with tefillah. So I think the Medrash is teaching us a very powerful lesson about that even when we do anything, we're preparing for a meeting, a business meeting, any type of meeting that we might have, we know that the outcome relies on Hashem, and we're doing our ishtadlus, but we know that ultimately everything is from the Ribbono Shel Olam. I just want to point out also, Rav Nachman, it says, Rav Nachman Breslov says that this pasuk, understood that by the Medrash, teaches us that this is a prerequisite for tefillah. A lot of times we feel like maybe we're not worthy to approach Hashem, or we feel dumb approaching Hashem with our tefillahs. But Rav Nachman says, no, we learn from this that you have to approach Hashem with confidence. And you have to feel comfortable to approach Hashem and be ready to daven. And Hashem wants to hear us. And you have to know that Hashem wants to hear our tefillahs. Hashem wants us to approach Him. That's what Yehuda did. Yehuda was not a perfect person. Yehuda had his struggles in life, but he was Vayigash elav Yehuda with confidence. He got up there just the same confidence that he had, that he was ready to go to war with Yosef, is the same confidence that he approached Ribbono Shel Olam and davened to him. And I think that that's the ultimate lesson. I think that that's the ultimate lesson here. It doesn't matter what we've done in our lives, and we've all done things, we've all done bad things in our life, but it doesn't make a difference. The Ribbono Shel Olam wants our tefillah. The Ribbono Shel Olam wants to hear from us. And that's what Vayigash elav Yehuda, I think, is teaching us that lesson, that no matter what we've done, Hashem is always ready to listen to our tefillahs. Have a wonderful Shabbos.